Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your February 2022 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you who are new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, we have a Celtic Oracle spread as always, and also pulled a couple of Oracle cards and a Mudra card for you guys. I'm actually going to start the reading off though by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, let's see what we get. Okay, well, we have Jupiter, and Jupiter is actually the ruler of your sign, and it's in Pisces right now, which is in your house of Pisces, wherever it is your house of home, family, your roots. We have sixth house, which for you guys, that's Taurus energy, and that's the house of health, work, daily routines. And we have Pisces. So again, we see that fourth house energy, which, like I said, we have Jupiter there, and we also have Neptune there. Toward the end of the month, of course, the sun will be there as well. So yeah, there's definitely going to be quite a bit of energy going on in Pisces. But yeah, there could definitely be a lot of focus around your home environment and family this month. All right, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Hanged Man, which I usually view as Pisces energy as well. And we have the Ace of Swords. So it looks like you guys have been in an introspective mood for some time now, trying to look at things from a different perspective. And I feel like this month you'll actually get that epiphany, right? Where we'll actually see that sudden insight finally come through for you. There's nothing that immediately comes to mind, astrologically speaking, that would point to that. Well, actually, for some of you, this could actually be around the time of the Leo full moon. Given that for you guys, that's your 9th house. So that could definitely bring an energy of sudden insights. So it might be around that time for some of you. Others of you might be even earlier than that. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing there. In the Challenger obstacle position, we have the Empress in reverse. So for some of you, this could be what you're mulling over, right? Maybe you're trying to figure out how to be able to get into that Empress energy, right? So maybe, for example, you're working very hard and you're trying to figure out a way of, okay, how can I actually balance doing some work to where I can rest in this Empress energy versus, just jumping into this energy without feeling like I have the resources to back that lifestyle up, right? So that could be a bit of a struggle you guys are going into. Possibly you just might even find it difficult to stay in this energy, right? So for some of you, you might even have that level of comfort where you can actually be in more of this Empress energy, but something within you just always wants to go out for more and more and more, So that could be how it's playing out for you as well. But yeah, it looks like you're trying to figure out how to get into that energy. In the foundation position, we have the Ten of Swords. So to me, I feel like this represents what I was talking about with that hangman. The hangman is often energy of trying to see things from a different perspective. And if you think about the fact that this is Gemini energy, that's the opposite perspective of you, right? So I feel like you've been trying to look at it from a different perspective for a long time now. And for some of you, it might have been to the point where you might have almost come to that point of paralysis through analysis, where you're like, okay, you've thought about it so much at this point that there's no movement taking place. And I feel like if that's the case, I feel like this is saying that this month you will be coming out of that energy. But yeah, it looks like this is definitely an energy you might have been stuck in for some time. All right. In the past position, we have the Four of Pentacles. So this is Capricorn energy here, which is your second house of finances and possessions. So yeah, again, it could just be one of those things where you might fear an energy of lack, right? So maybe you hold on to what you do have. And like I said, for some of you, I have a feeling that there is a decent level of financial abundance that you have, but for whatever reason, there's a fear that if you actually were to let loose and enjoy it, that you would end up falling behind, right? So I feel like this is saying you guys might have been really tight with your money. And again, I feel like you've been thinking about how best to invest it too. So that's another thing that I'm feeling there. Because people often refer to this Four of Pentacles energy as a miser energy, but I also view it as a mixture of Saturn energy with Mercury energy. So it's like, okay, you worked hard to earn that level of money, and now you're just really thinking about how best to invest it, right? So it doesn't go to waste. In the present position, we have Justice. So this is the major arcana card for Libra. So for some of you, this could just be saying that this is actually what you're going to be reaching, where you might find that balance, right? If we look at the sword there, the sword represents a more masculine, action-oriented energy, whereas the scales represent the more feminine, receptive energy. So for some of you, this could represent you guys coming to that balance of figuring out, okay, yes, I can go out in the world, right, and achieve these goals, reach for these goals, but also know when to actually sit back and enjoy some of that work, right, the fruits of your labor. So I feel like this could be a balance that you guys are going to be coming to this month. For some of you, if there was some kind of illegal situation where your money was tied up to, looks like you could be getting some forward movement with that, or if you've just been working on a contract on something. So, for example, given that we do see a lot of fourth house energy in your spread between seeing the Jupiter and Pisces energy come up, and then also some Pisces energies here. Let's say you've been saving up to purchase a house, right? This could actually represent you guys working with the person to get it under contract. All right, in the near future position, we have the High Priestess. So, like I said, this card is another card that points to Pisces energy a lot of times for me. And seeing this with the Hangman, to me, the Hangman with that Ace of Swords energy is almost how I view this High Priestess energy, as far as there's the thinking it over, but now having the confidence and the trust in your intuition and feeling like you are on the right path. So I feel like this is saying that the thought process you've gone through, I feel like it has you a bit more confident to actually take action at this time. And feel like you can trust your intuitive nudges to guide you in the right direction as well. All right, in the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Two of Cups, Cancer energy, and the Fool. So yeah, the Two of Cups energy is definitely an energy of initiation. For some of you, it can definitely be around a romantic connection. So maybe that's what you've been mulling over, right? Maybe you realize that you do want to enter into a romantic connection, and that's where you've shifted your focus. For others of you, though, this could also just represent investing too. So maybe you're looking to partner up with someone around something, right? And with the energy we see here, I usually think of that as a meeting of the minds, right? Where you find someone who's on the same page with you, and you might come forward to them and say, hey, would you be interested in investing in this situation I'm working on, right? Or, hey, would you want to collaborate for a creative project? Whatever the case may be. Looks like you guys are actually going to be taking some action toward that this month. All right. In the environment position, we have the King of Wands, Leo energy, and Seven of Wands, also Leo energy. So for some of you, this could just point to that full moon in Leo that's going to be coming up in February. That's certainly a possibility. But what stands out to me here is on the surface, we see the confidence, right? The certainty, and then with that Seven of Wands energy, it looks like there's a bit more turmoil, right? So this could represent you, since you guys are fire energy, but it doesn't necessarily have to be you. It could also be someone else who is presenting that cool, calm, collective energy beneath the surface, or ever on the surface, but beneath the surface there could be a lot more inner turmoil, right? Like thinking about a lot of different options, a lot of different pathways that you could take. This could also represent some resistance as well. So, maybe someone's resistant to ideas from others, but I see they're looking right at the High Priestess energy. So really, I feel like whether this is you or another person, this is actually an energy of someone trying to quiet their mind. So that's why for a lot of you, I feel like this could be you actually, given what we were talking about here. With that King of Wands, looking right at the High Priestess. So yeah, I feel like you guys might have just been getting a lot of intuitive nudges, a lot of insights, and it might have just become overwhelming at a certain point to where you're like, okay, how do I clear the clutter out and know which of these things to focus on? But again, like I said, if that is the case, it looks like you are going to achieve that balance later in the month. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Tower and the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, this could explain some of what it is, right? You might fear making some kind of an investment that could backfire on you. So you might want to do something that's a bit more conservative, especially given that Capricorn energy tends to be very conservative. So that could be the main thing there, right? Where maybe you have some opportunities that might seem like they could be great on the surface, but you might view them as high risk, right? So you might be like, I don't know if I necessarily want to go that route, right? Because if this doesn't go well, then I could end up here where I feel like I'm struggling. So now that could be more or less what you're really considering, is okay, how much do I want to invest? Do I want to invest solo? Would I rather collaborate with someone as far as investing goes? And like I said, yes, we could definitely think of investments as actual resources, but also as far as financial resources, rather, but it could also just represent your time and your energy as well. But yeah, it looks like there's definitely a bit of a fear around making the wrong choice there. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Ace of Wands. So to me, this represents that you will clear that clutter from your mind and feel pretty sure of yourself that, okay, this is the route I want to go, right? As opposed to the 7 wands there, we see just the 1. So I feel like this is saying that you'll get yourselves down to the one idea that you definitely feel good about. But I will say that this might still say that you might not be taking action on it this month, which is actually probably not the worst idea because obviously, at the time of recording this, we have the Venus retrograde, the Mercury retrograde just started as well. And yes, those will be clearing out in February, but we'll still have the post-shadow period. So yeah, maybe even mid-month or later would be the better time to make a move around a situation like this anyway. But yeah, like I said, it looks like you'll at least have in your mind that, okay, this is the route that I want to go. Whereas before, that might not have been as clear for you. So still shows progress overall. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the World. So yeah, I feel like this is just emphasizing that whatever this process is that you've been going through, this thought process, it looks like you will actually complete it successfully, right? You'll figure out, okay, this is the path that I want to go, right? So I feel like this is just reinforcing the fact that, yes, you can trust the decision that you do arrive at, even if you don't physically take action on it. In this month, or even if you do it a little later in the month, I feel like it's saying that you could feel pretty confident that you're making the right decision. All right, moving on to your 4 agreements card, we have always do your best, and it says don't overdo. There's the artwork, and let's see. Okay, it says always do your best, but don't overdo. When you overdo, you deplete your body and go against yourself, and it will take you longer to accomplish your goal. Pretty good message there, because that could point to what we were talking about, where you might find it a bit of a struggle to actually get into that Empress energy, right? And I could just be saying that if you do overwork yourself, not only are you going to lessen the chance of you being able to embrace that Empress energy, but also the actual quality of your work would start to decline too as you push yourselves toward burnout. And that's where, like I said, I feel like this is where you're ultimately going to be looking for that balance, where I feel like you're definitely still going to want to work toward your goals, right? But you're also going to find that balance of, okay, I can work toward it, but not overexert myself, and then actually still have some time to enjoy it without feeling like I'm going to fall behind in some way, right? So I feel like that's the balance that you guys are going to be figuring out this month, which is pretty cool. All right, next from the Wisdom of the Oracle, you guys have 2 to see. There's the artwork, and the number is 7. Okay, it says being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. The Oracle's message: isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. So definitely a pretty positive message there. And like I said, it doesn't like a lot of you are going to be there, at least at the time I'm recording this, but maybe as we progress a little bit later into February, you will be feeling energy, given that we see the Hangman with the Ace of Swords, High Priestess, and the action-oriented energies that we talked about as well. The relationship message says, there are points in a relationship when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads. So, an interesting message there. I definitely don't see an energy of stubbornness, if there even is a romantic connection in your life currently. Um, I did see here, like I said, for some of you, you might be starting something a bit new, but with that King of Wands energy and that Seven of Wands beneath it too, I could just be saying that either you or someone in your environment might have been a little bit more set on doing things their way, and that could have been causing some clashes there. The prosperity message says, everything seems to work out when you stop scrambling and allow to see if opportunities to wash over you and wake you up to your most prosperous potential. To get into that flow, you need to address your beliefs about abundance and money. The true meaning of your personal currency lies in your skills, your talents and abilities, and most important, your core beliefs. Everything flows from your inner world and is reflected in the outer one. When grateful to serve, you align your prosperity consciousness with a higher consciousness, you can expect miracles. Everything you need will come to you easily. So, pretty positive message there, and that definitely seems to speak to that Empress energy we saw in the reverse in the challenge position. So, hopefully, that resonated with you as well. And lastly, we have a mudra for you guys. So, this is your mudra here. It's the Mandala Mudra. The keyword for it is vision. Okay, let's see. Yeah, there we go. Got everything in the frame. So, under benefits, it says awakens supreme devotion and enlightened attitude, improves concentration, evokes insight into the transitory nature of all things, serves as a physical expression of your own original nature. So if that sounds like a mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, I will put the name in the description of the video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.